Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be playing some Minecraft. We're going to be playing a tutorial, beginner series slash let's play series. And I say that because I haven't played this game in a long time. There's a lot that I have missed. It's probably been like maybe 5 or 6 years since I last played, and I don't even think I even slayed the Ender Dragon the last time I played the game. So what I want to do with this series is sort of start out as like a beginner series, cover some of the basics, and have an ultimate goal of the series be defeating the Ender Dragon. Maybe we'll keep playing after that, but probably when we get to around that part of the game, it'll be more of a let's play series as we try to figure it out together, because I have never done it before. So, let's see, Minecraft has been around for a long time, obviously. I believe it is the most successful game ever made across all platforms. I think it has sold the most copies more than anything, and for good reason. It is so much fun. The original crafting game. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but for me it was, and one of the first games where you actually needed a wiki to actually play it. I remember playing it the first time thinking, what is this? What, I have to have a separate screen open with a wiki guide to figure out how to do stuff. The game's come a long way since then. It's a lot more accessible, and if you're just getting into the game, this is a good starting point for you to check out the basic mechanics and sort of learn along with me as we march towards defeating that Ender Dragon. So this is going to be on the Java edition. I'm playing on a PC. I'm also going to be using a shader pack, Silder's shaders specifically. I will link that below. And also, I created a video on how to add shaders and custom resource packs to the game, which I will link to above right now. I'm not going to be using any resource packs, just the default tile set, in case anyone watching here is really new to the game and doesn't really know what the different tiles and blocks are. So I figured it's probably not a good idea to use some custom texture pack. So we're going to be using the standard textures of the game, but I am using a shader and Optifine, and because of that, we are on version 1.14, obviously not the most recent version, which is 1.15, which I guess is supposed to be a major version, but it looks like it just adds bees basically to the game and mechanics around bees, like honey and beehives and that kind of stuff. So until the latest version of Optifine gets put out, we will not be using the latest version. If as we get to later in the series, if a lot of folks would really prefer to not be using the shader pack and to just be using the vanilla latest version of the game, let me know, and we can always change it later. But for now, we are playing on version 1.14.4 with Optifine and Silder's shaders applied to the game, and that's it. So this is the opening screen right here. We're going to go single player, and we're going to create a new world. And let's just call this Beginner Guide. Our game mode is going to be survival. This is the game mode where you have to look for resources, craft things, build up levels and experience, and you have health and hunger and enemies and things to worry about. The other game mode is creative, where you don't really have to worry about all that other stuff, and you just get access to all the blocks and can just build to your heart's content. But we are going to be playing survival, which is my favorite part of the game. I am not a creative person by any means. My buildings suck. I cannot build for the life of me. I always have trouble, so I tend to get a lot of other plans from other people online and inspiration from other things. So if you're here watching this series hoping to see some really cool builds and things like that, you've probably come to the wrong place. We are also going to be covering the redstone stuff just very at a high level briefly in this game, because that is another thing that I am also not as proficient in. I understand the basics of how it works and everything, but I am not the kind of guy who builds all these crazy contraptions and things like that. There are plenty of other YouTubers and videos out there for that kind of thing. So we're covering the basics here, and we're just trying to kill that Ender Dragon, and maybe we will, cover some mechanics of that stuff along the way. But for now, that's our plan. Survival, beginner guide. Let's go. Actually, let's look at world options here. What I should do is I should put the seed in the description of this play so other people can play along with me if they want. So we will get that seed later. Generate structures on, world type default. Let's see, there's super flat and large biomes, amplified. I think we're just going to leave it default. Super flat is like it says, just a really big flat world. And then large biomes, all of the biomes are super large and it takes a while to get across a lot of them. I don't really like that either. Not sure what buffet is, but amplified seems like it just kicks everything up a notch. Crazy, massive mountains and probably deep oceans and things like that. But we're just going with the default world. Generate structures. Yes, we want it to generate villages and dungeons and all that good stuff. Cheats. Let's see. Maybe we'll switch cheats to on in case we want to demonstrate anything or do anything like that. We will not be using cheats in any way, but just for the help of maybe demonstrating certain things, maybe we will leave it on in case we want to do something later. Let's see, bonus chest, we'll leave that off. And then done, create world, and it will generate. Procedurally generated world. Now, the first thing we're going to have to do is find some shelter, build some tools, and yes. That's our main goal, is to just make it to the first night to survive. Let's just sort of look around and see where we got placed here. All right. First thing you have to do is you really start with nothing. So you need to find a tree. You need to get some wood. We have to make some wood tools. And then make stone tools, and then make iron tools, and you get the idea. Progress up the chain. And we want to find some shelter, be able to create some torches and some light, because at nighttime, I should say, rather, when it gets dark, that's when bad guys spawn. And by bad guys, I mean skeletons and zombies and spiders. So usually, when it's nighttime, it gets dark, and when it's dark, that's when those things spawn. So at nighttime, a bunch of monsters are going to be spawning in the overworld, and they will try to kill us, and we need to find some shelter, preferably dug into the side of a hill, or maybe we can build a mud hut or something like that. But let's try to just look around and find a good spot to maybe plop down initially. It looks like there's some icebergs over there. I think that's what that is. That color. I don't remember icebergs in the last version that I played. There's been lots of changes, so we're going to be learning some new things together here, I think. A little valley down here. Maybe we want to be by the water so we can make a boat and travel around by boat later if we want to. We can kind of dig a small hut into the side of one of these hills if we need to. We got wood here. Be nice to be close to some animals. Let's see. I got my frames in the upper left corner there. Let's turn that off. Oops. Tossed away all my wood. Oh, there's a turtle. Those are new. I think the animals always look so cool in this game. Love the art. Okay, so I think we're gonna just initially dig into this side of this mountain for the first night, and maybe we will mine down there. There's a pig here. There's a couple pigs. If we need to eat something, we can. So first things first, let's we need to craft a crafting table. So if you want to hit the E key on your keyboard to open your inventory, you can see our oak wood blocks here, and this is our toolbar. These numbers correspond to 1 through 9 on the keyboard, and you can place anything you want down there. And then back in the game, you can scroll your mouse wheel over your hotbar or hit the corresponding number. And we need to place the logs in here, our crafting, to get our oak planks. We'll just click a few times in there to get some oak planks. And then we will hold down right click and move it around to fill in all of the boxes with the oak planks, and you get a crafting table. And then you can put the crafting table on your bar, right click to place it. And then right click is your interact button on the mouse, and then left click is what you use to break things. So right click places and interacts with things. So let's interact with our crafting table here. And you can see we have a bigger crafting session. That is a 3x3 square versus just our own personal crafting in our inventory, which is 2x2. So we can make bigger things. This little button here is the book of recipes that you have and discovered. In the old version of the game, they didn't have this. You just had to know what the placement and arrangement was of certain items to make things. But now they give you a little book based on around categories, and you can filter showing only what you can build at the moment. So first things first is we need more oak planks. So we can click oak planks, and it automatically adds the wood here, and we can just make those. We need some sticks, which is 2 oak planks here. Let's actually make a few more sticks. And then we can make some wood tools. So we can add 2 sticks and then 3 wood planks to make a pickaxe. We can also make a shovel using 2 sticks and 1 wood plank. And it's always good to defend yourself. So let's go 2 wood planks, and I think this is a sword. Yes. All right. So now we have a shovel, which is makes it easier to dig with. Certain tools work better for certain blocks. So this pickaxe is better for stone. The shovel is better for like dirt, and an axe is better for chopping down trees. So let's just dig out a little hole right here that we will eventually call home. We have a pickaxe, and what we need is coal to make torches. And coal is buried deep within the mountain, or you can also get coal from smelting some trees in an oven. So what we're going to do is make an oven by getting some stone. And then we will take the stone over to our crafting table here. Make a circle with a hole in the middle to get our oven. And then let's put the oven in here. And this first day, you kind of have to move, you kind of have to know what you're doing and move at a decent pace, because darkness always seems to come pretty quickly. So let's make an axe, which is this. And we'll put that on our hotbar, and let's chop down a couple more trees. We need to put the entire log in the furnace in order to get the coal. We just need a couple torches to keep our base lit the first night. But we can just chop down a couple of trees here. It's always good to have a bunch of wood when you're first starting out. When these wood tools break, we will eventually make stone tools, which are a little bit better, and which you'll use for the majority of your time starting out. So let's see. We have our wood. What we're going to do here is make some more sticks. I'm going to right click on our furnace, put our wood logs there, and just add our sticks as a fuel. And it's going to start to burn. You can see this, each time the flame burns down, it uses another stick. And it's going to create charcoal, which we can then use to make torches. So we're going to make a couple things of charcoal here. Just make a handful of torches that we can use at nighttime. You can see the sun is setting a little bit already, and we could already use some more wood, I feel like. When you're chopping down trees, something else you want to keep in mind is you want to get all of the wood that's there. If you leave any part of the tree up there, all the leaves are going to stay. But if you chop all of the wood out, it will the leaves will eventually disappear, and that area will be left with empty spot. So let's bring our crafting table inside. I can just hack at it with an axe to pick it up again like any other block. And then I will place it in here. So now we have coal. Let's see. Let's get some more planks, and then some more sticks. And then now we can make a torch by using a coal and stick on top of each other like that. Now we have a bunch of torches, and look, just in time because the sun is starting to set, so we can toss a torch outside our base here. And if the area is relatively, well lit, it will prevent mobs from spawning. So you can just put a couple of torches up here to prevent things from spawning above our base, so that when we walk out in the morning, we don't want anything to drop on top of us. We have a handful of torches, sticks. We could use some more wood. Maybe we can try to chop down a couple more of these trees here while the light is fading, and we will call it a day for the first day. You can see down below we have two sort of like health bars. The first one is hearts. That's our life. If that gets down to 0, we die. And then the bar to the right of it that looks like little shanks of meat, that is your hunger bar. So you can see as you do things, as you move around and jump and perform actions, you get hungry, and that depletes faster. And then once that gets down to 0, you'll start taking damage, you'll starve, all that stuff. So you need to keep eating. We saw some pigs out there. We will get some pigs. I think tomorrow we'll probably have to kill one of the pigs, and maybe we'll cover farming in the next guide, because we're going to need to get a steady food source. And yeah, actually, you know what? Sorry, buddy. Let's just get some to eat now. You can see I am jumping as I hack at this pig, because as you jump and come down, you can do a critical strike with your weapon. So anyway, I'm gonna leave a little window there for us. I don't think anything can get through that. But I'm going to use my pickaxe and dig out some space a little bit here at our hut. All right. Now, let's look in our inventory. We have the raw pork chop that we got from the pig. I'm going to go to our oven, right-click, and we need a fuel source again to cook this. So I'm going to add these sticks in there and start burning those oak logs to get more coal. Also going to make a bunch more sticks over here. We also have a handful of stone now. We could start making stone tools as soon as these start to break. Let's add a couple more sticks here. Obviously not the most efficient way to use your sticks. You can see it burns pretty quickly. When we put charcoal in there to cook the pork chop, you can see it'll burn much slower. We could also use the sticks to cook the pork chop too, but I'm just going to demonstrate how this works. So put the pork chop up there, dump in a charcoal, and you can see how slow the flame is moving down compared to the sticks. So certain fuel is more efficient than others when it comes to using the furnace, and we're not going to waste the fuel that's in there now. So I may as well just drop some logs in there to make some more coal. I believe a full day is 20 minutes. I believe it's a 10-minute day and a 10-minute night. So a one-day cycle in this game is 20 minutes. Which might be a good episode length. We can take it day by day here. This is one of those games, too, where there's a lot of waiting, there's a lot of exploring, there's a lot of mining. It's a very leisure, sort of relaxing game, not a game that you really want to rush through. So for the sake of this series and making movies, there's probably going to be a lot of cuts and a lot more edits than I've done in the past. So there we go. Now we have some coal. We can make some more torches. I always want to have a big bundle of torches on hand. We have a cooked pork chop that when you put in your hotbar, you can right-click and eat. See, it replenishes our our hunger. As you take damage, over time your hearts will refill, but only if you are full and you're not hungry. As soon as your hunger starts to tick down, you will stop building up health. So that's why it's important to have a handful of food on you, especially if you're exploring in caves and doing all of that kind of thing. So I think that's going to do it for this first episode. We have built a little hobbit hole here in the wall. We have our oven. We got some wood tools. We are safe inside from any sort of monsters or anything that wants to kill us. Once we have some better tools and armor, then we'll be more prepared to take on the world. If you find yourself stuck outside at night, death can come pretty swiftly. It's easy to kite around and take on, one or two mobs, but they can build up pretty quickly, and you can find yourself overwhelmed on those first couple of nights in the game. So it's important to just find some shelter, mine out the wall here, make some better weapons and things. Normally I like to use up my wood tools before I switch over to the stone ones, but in the case of the sword, I usually just replace it right away, just because it takes so long to hit and kill things with the wooden sword. The stone sword is just, it's not amazing, but it's a little bit better. So I think that is going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one when we take a look at finding a more permanent food source, finding some actual coal in the wall, and maybe finding iron too. We'll talk about mining and exploring caves, all that good stuff to come. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.